Welcome to the Andy Ruther Show. Here is your host, Andy Ruther.
What's good? Welcome to the Andy Ruther Show. That's me, ya boy, Andy Ruther. Having a day, guys. And I haven't even showered. Haven't showered today. Haven't showered since yesterday. Where are we at on showering, people? Where are we at? Do you have to shower every day? I say no. Really? Every day? Like, if you sweat, yeah, but if you don't do anything exerting, if you don't sweat that much, do you really have to shower every day? I don't think so. I showered yesterday. Did a lot of things today without showering. I'm a nighttime shower. That's where I'm at. I like to shower at night. You sleep in, not really sleeping in, but you know what I mean. I don't have to shower in the morning. Don't have to mess with it. Because my day usually starts when I hear a little girl making some noise in the baby cam. Regardless, I'm up by about 7:15 at the latest. Normally little baby girl, little Isla is up and at 'em. She's a lunatic now, man. She turns 18 months tomorrow and she's wild. Just nonstop energy. And she has to move rooms at daycare, which will be a big transition for her next week. So how they do it is they start at room 1 when they're a baby. Then after 6 months, they go to room 2. Then after another 6 months, they go to room 3. You guys get it. So it's always an adjustment when she moves rooms. And next week, she starts another room, which Brittany and I are not looking forward to because she goes back with some bullies. Yeah, they already have bullies. Isn't that crazy? Like, they already have kids that are assholes. I'm just going to say it. They really do. So a few of these kids are a few months older. They've been problems for her and other kids, and they're already in that room. So she's got to deal with a few of these knuckleheads for a few months. Brittany can't stand the one boy. I got to pull up this text I sent to Brittany because we were talking about it. We were talking about how she's got to go to room 4 next week, and she's going to be back with this one kid. And let me just pull this up. Where is this text? I want to get verbatim what I texted her because Brittany's not happy. I said, this is what I said. Did you ever think you could hate a 2-year-old so much? LOL. Brittany just wrote, I did not. Brittany can't stand this one kid who she's going to be with again. He was a problem in room 2 with her. He was a problem in room 3. He's going to be a problem in room 4. Brittany wants to like teach her how to kick the kid in the dick. I'm like, what are you doing? Then she's gonna do that to me. What? Don't like. First of all, you're not able to teach her that. But yeah, it's the biting, and see, she's not a biter. Thank God, at least for now. Knock on wood. That's where these kids misbehave. They bite. She had a gnarly bite on her face like 5 months ago from a kid. Big old bite mark. It was gnarly. Right? Looked like she got attacked by an animal. That's what they do at this age. They bite. They're vicious little kids. So that'll be an adjustment for her. But that's life, right? You got to adjust. I think a lot of these kids that are bad, I put a lot of it on the parents, I'll be honest. I do. You could raise a kid great and he could be or she could be wild and just a little brat, for sure. But I'd say 80 to 90% of the time, it's on the parents. I'm just tossing out a figure with zero scientific backing. That's just personal anecdotal. I don't know. I think it's the parents. So if the kid's a brat, either they're not getting disciplined at home or they're taking cues from mom or dad. That's what I think. That's just my observational theory here. Again, nothing to back it up. But yeah, that'll be an adjustment for her. But it's also good because now in these other rooms, they have dividers in the first few rooms, and she's not going to have that. It's going to be more open, and she gets to go outside more. And she's not girly at all, which I love. Isla's not girly at all. And Brittany always talks about that. Like, she's not girly. I said, yeah, she's a messy. She's just like, she's not girly. She's not the put her in the dress. She wants to get dirty. She wants to eat. She wants to play with rocks. I wouldn't be surprised if she turns into a tomboy. Can I say that now? Is that even a term? Can I even say that now? Because that's what we called it growing up. But yeah, that'll be an adjustment for her, and I'm sure Brittany will be stalking that camera. I don't know how let me put it this way. Let me take it back. I could never not have a camera in daycare after having a camera. And I don't really look at it that much. Like, I just popped and looked at it before we started the show. I hadn't looked at it all day. I look at it maybe once or twice a day, tops, for a few seconds. But it's nice. It's a nice security blanket. But I couldn't go back. I could not put her or any other kid in daycare without having cameras. It just gives you a little peace of mind, So I like having that. So she'll have to adjust. But that's life, right? It's crazy. Life is just, you're adjusting all the time from being a baby to my age and continuing through until you die. It's basically just one big adjustment. And you know who's making an adjustment? I'm going to segue right into that. Taco Bell. I saw this news story. I wanted to bring this up. Taco Bell, they are expanding their AI drive-thru to hundreds of more United States locations. Saw this, thought it was kind of interesting. Taco Bell is expanding its use of voice AI technology to include hundreds of the Mexican-themed chain's drive-thru locations by the end of the year, per parent company Yum Brands. It's funny when I see Mexican. I don't think anything Mexican of Taco Bell. Is that weird? Is it because I lived in California? I don't really think Taco Bell in Mexico. It's just Taco Bell. It's like its own genre of food. Taco Bell. I mean, it's Mexican food, if you want to put that in air quotes. They do tacos and burritos and everything that would be considered Mexican food. But Taco Bell is like, it's almost like it's its own brand. It's like calling tissues Kleenex. Does that make any sense? Probably not. So they already have AI in 100 locations in 13 states, and they will roll out more. They have over 7,400 Taco Bell stores in the US. So here's my thing on this. Here's my thing on the Taco Bell. I'm all for this, by the way. I didn't think I would be. One, it's inevitable. The AI person taking your order. It's inevitable. So I'm all for that. But two, we've already discussed this, or I've already discussed this. The level of apathy and anger of these current fast food workers. Do you really want to deal with that? Right? Does anybody really want to deal with the Madison and the Levi or whoever who's working, probably not somebody named Levi. That was a bad example. Austin or Travis. These people work in fast food or any food industry, to be honest, the food and beverage industry. Everyone's so pissed off. It's like, then don't work here. I've said it. We got to set the bar low. And you know how you set it low? You get rid of them. The lowest you can do is if you guys don't want to actually do a fast food job, which a lot of us had to do, including myself in high school, then we'll just get rid of you and we'll have robots replace it. You know what's crazy? When you go to a restaurant, and let's again use air quotes, restaurant, when you go to a fast food restaurant and they're actually pleasantly nice or just amicable, you notice, like, you're mind blown. You're like, wow, they were actually polite to me when I went to Wendy's today. Think about it. That's how low the bar has been set. It used to be that you just expected somebody to, I don't know, say, welcome to Taco Bell. How may I take your order? And say please, and say thank you, and say sir, and say ma'am. That used to be the norm. Now it's the abnorm. So when they actually are nice, you're like, wow. They didn't look at me and be like, what do you want? Dude, I went to this Chipotle. I gotta tell you guys, I didn't even tell anybody about this. I might have told my buddies, and I think I told Brittany. The Chipotle I went to when I was on a guy trip when we were in St. Louis before we left for the Ozarks. Like it was so bad. I honestly, it left me speechless. It was so bad because they were fully staffed. I'm talking, they had like 8 workers, and there was one person in front of me. And I did not, they did a drive-thru, but I went in. I like to go in. I like to see them make my burrito. Yeah, I don't trust you. If I have an option, like a Chipotle type place, some do drive-thru, some don't. I want to see you. I want to see what kind of stuff you're putting in it. I want to see the amount of vegetables, the amount of rice, the amount of chicken. Because you're not going to skimp if I'm watching, or you're more likely not to skimp. Anyway, dude, the scene in there was, it was like something out of a movie or a television show. She literally goes, "What you want? What you want?" Like I get it. It's hard to find good help. What you want? And it took them, no lie, like 15 minutes to get my chicken burrito. That's all I got, guys. I got a chicken burrito, just a normal chicken burrito with brown rice, vegetables, and some salsa, maybe some corn, maybe some lettuce. I didn't even put that much in it. It took like 15 minutes. It was, it, I literally at one point, the girl screamed out, "Oh, hell no." And I was like, is this a Chappelle Show sketch? Like, like you really screamed out, "Oh, hell no." My point is, this is the service that we're dealing with. AI should take over, and I'm ready for it. I'm here for it. Why would we not embrace AI in the fast food industry? Why? Why wouldn't we? I was maybe against it a year or 2 ago. Now I'm like, bring it. And maybe this is why somebody was complaining. I saw this unlike Taco Bell, McDonald's is actually doing the exact opposite. They are pooling AI after testing it at over 100 locations in the United States because of customer complaints. And here's one. This chick posted this on TikTok, I believe, like, I don't know, a year ago or something. Anyway, they messed up her order and she posted it on TikTok. And of course, it gets hundreds of thousands of views. So they probably are worried about the blowback and the backlash. So this is what this chick posted about her McDonald's AI order.
So y'all know how it's 2023 and robots are like taking over the world. So anyway, this morning I tried to go to McDonald's and get my daily dose of caffeine.
Well, first of all, her name's Ren Adams on TikTok. Ren, that's your first mistake. You're going to McDonald's to get your daily dose of caffeine in the morning? You're going to McDonald's? Again, you're starting your day off. You're setting the bar low for yourself and your quality of life, so to speak.
And some breakfast. I was gonna get a hash brown, a sweet tea, and a Coke.
Let's talk about that order. This is how you're starting your day off. I could be a savage, but this, you are just you're like my daughter wouldn't even do this, and she's a savage 18-month-old. A hash brown, a sweet tea, and a Diet Coke. I know, what did she say? Let me rewind this. What did she say?
And some breakfast. I was gonna get a hash brown, a sweet tea, and a Coke.
A hash brown, a sweet tea, and a Coke to start your day. Why do you hate yourself so much? All right, let's continue.
So I order, and I'm at the first drive-thru line, and as I order and they're giving me my total, a car pulls up to the second drive-thru line. Mind you, at this McDonald's, it's all robot. Like we're talking to a robot, like there's no person on this speaker. It's just
Okay, this is her level of intelligence. She's calling them robots. She's stuck in a 1988 movie. It's everybody calls it AI now. Or if you want to say the full thing, just say artificial intelligence. Robot? She's acting like there's going to be an actual robot. What was that movie from the 80s with the robot? What was that movie? I'm going to look at what was the robot movie from the 80s? Short Circuit. A 1986 movie, of course. And anybody my age and probably within 5 to 10 years younger than me will know Short Circuit. She's acting like there's a short circuit over there making hash browns. All right, let's proceed.
a robot taking your order. So she adds the Diet Coke from the next line to my screen. So tell me why when I tell her, this robot, that I have no Diet Coke, for some reason she took the Diet Coke off and made it 9 sweet teas.
Oh my God. The robot made it 9 sweet teas. How did you survive?
9! I did not ask for this. I saw this shit and I pulled out of the drive-thru and drove away. I said, fuck that.
Okay, so she left because they messed. Whoa, we're messing. Jesus, I need a robot. I need a robot here to produce my show. I'm doing too many things at once. So the AI messed up. They took away a drink and they added 9 sweet teas. What would you rather have? Let me ask you this. I bet the percentage of fail rate is so much higher with the angry 16-year-old kid who's working the drive-thru. Way higher than artificial intelligence. Way higher. I bet she drove away because she was just mind blown that we can do this without people. It is crazy, though. It's crazy where it's headed. It's kind of terrifying. I'm not going to lie. At this point, I do believe the robots, as Homegirl would say, are going to take over. I mean, come on. Are they like, how could they not? How could they not? They're doing everything else. How could they not take over? I think they're going to take over everything. They're going to program things. They're going to gain control. You've seen it a million. How many movies and TV shows have we seen this for years? We've seen it forever. They're going to take over. It's just a matter of time. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. That's where we're headed. But in the meantime, yeah, if I'm going to McDonald's, if I'm going to Taco Bell, I'd rather deal with a very soft soothing voice of a robot. I'd rather have AI than just some pissed off girl named Becca who's like, what do you want? They don't even say welcome anymore. You ever notice that? They're not even like, welcome to McDonald's. What do you want? What do you want? Like, why are you mad that I came to your business? It's bizarre. And I don't know what they're going to do. Like, because you can't hire anybody because nobody wants these jobs. Every kid that age wants to be an influencer. Every kid that age wants to be a TikTok star. You know what you do? You hire the robots. That's what I do. If I was a franchise owner, go straight for the robots. Don't even mess with hiring the kids. They don't want it. I don't know how many times I'm going to say it. That's a fun job to have if you're 15, 16 years old. Not a care in the world. You get to flip burgers. You make like $15 an hour now. But these kids don't want that. They want to be on TikTok. They want to be on YouTube. They want to be gaming on Twitch. And that's another reason the robots are going to take over. Who's going to fight them? These kids nowadays, they don't even leave their basement. There's this family in my neighborhood, right? There's this family. Every single one of them, I'm fascinated by it, are just buried, and I mean buried in their phones every time they walk the dog. It's fascinating that they all do it. I'm talking when the mom is walking the dog, when her son or her other son, I think she has 3 sons. It doesn't matter who's walking the dog. You have a kid who shouldn't even be on a phone. I'm talking just buried in their phone. And that's, I talked about it earlier in the show. That's where the kids get it from a young age. They get it from their parents, the behavior, the good and the bad behavior. That's where they get it. And every one of these kids can't just enjoy a walk with their dog. Can't just enjoy it. No, they got to be buried in their damn phones. Now, am I on my phone sometimes? Yeah, it's normally for work. But even then, I shouldn't do it. I have a thing, and I'm pretty good about it, where I don't take my phones on walks. If I'm walking Roscoe, I don't need my phone for that 20 minutes. He usually gets 2 20-minute walks a day. I can leave the phone at home. Now, do I want to listen to music or a podcast sometimes? Sure. Do I do the fake AirPods in the ear when I don't want to talk to somebody? Yeah, I do that a lot. In fact, I'm doing that more in my neighborhood. Or the fake phone call. I'm walking by somebody I don't feel like talking to. I just want to enjoy the walk. And then I instantly put the phone to my ear like I'm talking to somebody. Yeah, it's petty. I just don't want to talk. I thought my neighbor died the other day. Yeah, true story. I thought this old woman directly across from our house in the cul-de-sac, I thought she died. She's an older woman. I don't know. I don't know. When you like late 70s, 80s, I don't know how old she is. It's a fascinating situation over there. She lives by herself, and she's lived by herself for like 20 plus years. That's not fascinating. It's fascinating that she never had a family, never had kids, and she lives by herself in a 4-bedroom house. It makes you just wonder why. Why would she live in a house, especially when I'm in a subdivision that has plenty of townhouses and condos that old people live in? Why would you want to live in a 4-bedroom house if you don't have kids, you don't have grandkids? So there's lots of speculation on this woman, and I'm part of it. Like, it's gossip. What's her deal? What's she do? Why is she living in this house? When I moved in, I was told by our neighborhood Perez Hilton, aka Gay Greg, that she was an alcoholic. He's like, she's a drunk. Oh my God. I don't even know her name. He's like, she's drunk all the time. And I always take what he says kind of with a grain of salt at times. But more times than not, he's actually been true and he's been accurate. So I didn't know if she was a drunk, but now I kind of think she is. She's the woman I thought died. I thought she died because her garage door was open for about 24 hours. And I thought, okay, she's old. She could be a drunk. Did she fall? I think she might be dead. She had a package that was just sitting at her front door forever, all day. So I told Brittany, I said, I think I should do a wellness check. I don't know her. We've just waved. I don't know her name. She doesn't know my name. She's not mean. She just doesn't talk to anybody. And she never goes out. And when she does go out, she's just wearing a nightgown. I'm talking 24/7. She's basically in a nightgown. She goes out to pick up her morning paper at about 2 p.m., never before noon. And you know those little claws that pick stuff up? She picks up her morning paper like that. She gets the morning, the local Cincinnati Enquirer, and she picks it up like that. So I thought homegirl was dead. I thought she was dead. I at least wanted to check. So I tell Brittany, I think I'm going to go over there and check and see what's going on. But I'm also like, I don't want to do this, but I know it's the right thing to do. Brittany tells me you should text Greg because I have Greg's number now. And you guys should both go. And I thought, okay, this is going to be a whole thing. If I go over there with gay Greg, or if I send gay Greg, this is going to be a whole thing. I don't think I can do this. Now, to be fully honest with you guys, for the show's purpose, for comedic effect, I thought about doing it. I thought about doing it because this could be a whole story. But also, I just wanted to check on the woman. I didn't want to deal with it. So I walked over there. I knocked on her door, and she actually answered right away. She answered in a nightgown. It was like 8 o'clock. She had the TV on. I said, hey, I'm not trying to be intrusive. I just want to make sure you're okay because your garage door has been open for 24 hours. And I think she was drunk. She goes, oh, I did that again? And then she goes, oh, I guess I had a package. I said, yeah. And then she just said, all right, have a good night, and closed the door. It was all very odd. She'll roll in late sometimes on like a Friday night. And by late, I mean 11 o'clock, which is late for a woman. What's an 80-year-old woman doing on a Friday night until 11 o'clock? She's probably drinking. What other reason? Now, I've joked with Brittany that maybe she's got a guy. She got a fuck boy or something. I don't know. She doesn't like Halloween, though. I'll tell you that much. She literally leaves. It's pretty funny. She's done this the last 2 years, or the 2 Halloweens I've been here since I moved. Halloween starts at 6 o'clock. She literally gets in her car at like 5:50 and leaves. And Halloween goes from 6 to 8, and then she rolls back in at like 8:15. She purposely leaves Halloween. She must hate children. I don't know. She doesn't even put out candy. She doesn't even put it in the giant bowl so that they'll take it, and then the one guy will take 50 candy bars. She doesn't even do that. She's a hoarder too. I've noticed from the garage being open. And one of my neighbors last year was pretty funny. We were all discussing how she left. One of my neighbors was very curious. We all had like a cul-de-sac thing going for Halloween. One of my neighbors was pretty stoned during Halloween, and she decided to walk in the back of her house, like walk in the backyard and take some photos. True story. She's like, I'm going over there. I want to see what's going on. I've been dying to know what's in that woman's house. I'm like, what? She goes, I'm going to walk in the backyard. She's not here. We all saw her leave. I don't even know if she took photos. I don't remember. She wanted to check it out, though. But I thought she died, man. I'm glad she didn't. Glad she's not dead. Oh, God, I can only imagine Gay Greg being like, oh, my God, we should go over there. Old drunk bitch. What's she up to? I've been talking a lot about local news on this show because I think it's hilarious. And I know maybe some of you are like, okay, Ruther, we get it. But I got the best one, guys. I got the best one. I got a great local news story, which has been out, I think, since May. I saw this on Twitter. X, as they call it now. Is anybody actually calling it X? No? All right. Nobody's calling it X. Anyway, I saw this story, and this just took me down a rabbit hole after rabbit hole after rabbit hole. This story, by the way, and what I'm about to show you guys, is definitely worth watching. You're not going to get the full gist of this. I don't think, maybe just audio. So if you if you listen on Spotify, you might want to watch this on Spotify since I do the video as well on YouTube, whatever. You'll still probably get a lot of it, but the visual of this is the best thing I've seen in a long time. I was crying laughing. It's a story about a quadriplegic man who attacked cops in Miami. And then you'll see there's more and more to this. So this is the story that I saw on Twitter. Probably the best news story I've seen in a long, long time. Let's check it out.
Hey, chill.
I just hit you again. What the f you do about
Tell
it?
you what's gonna happen.
For the first time, we are seeing body camera video when Miami-Dade police say they were assaulted by a quadriplegic man. A case so unusual, even the judge at first appearance seems surprised.
I have truly never seen a case like this.
It happened May 1st. Police were called to the Southwest Miami-Dade home.
Okay. This is the most Florida story you'll ever see. This is definition of Florida, man. A quadriplegic guy rolling on his scooter, all angry at the cops. This is insane.
Of Brian Amastha.
Oh, but wait, there's more, guys. Brian Amastha, the quadriplegic guy, also is a singer. He's a Spanish singer. And this video of him in front of cars is hilarious.
Also known as El Valiente. His
Oh, yeah. El Valiente. Hey, this guy.
stage name when he's performing music. According to the report, Amastha and his mother, seen here in red, were involved in an argument. But when mom is put in handcuffs, this happens.
Nah, bro, don't fucking do that.
Brian,
Nah,
hey,
man.
stop hitting me with the
No,
chair,
man,
Brian.
stop doing
That's a
that.
battery on a
You
wheel.
just said
When we interviewed Amastha back then, he told us this.
They claim that
I love, he's so pissed off in this whole news thing. And then they interview him and he's so calm and subdued and he acts like he didn't do anything.
I hit them with my wheelchair.
Did you?
I absolutely did not.
The report stated that you spit at an officer.
Right. So I suffer from acid reflux, so I normally spit. And I spat like the totally different direction.
But this is the video.
You want to listen or not?
bro.
This is the funniest shit I've ever seen. This is unbelievable. He says he has acid reflux. And then the cop body cam blatantly shows him just hawking a loogie on a cop as he's sitting in his wheelchair with his limp arms that don't even work. I mean, this is just, dude, this is real life. This is real life.
Amastha also told us he felt humiliated during his arrest
Are you laughing at me, bro?
because he
I am. I'm laughing at, I'm laughing right at you, bro. You are comedy. I want to be friends with you, man. This guy's unbelievable. And this story gets even funnier. So the cops arrest him. They take him out of his motorized wheelchair. And I'm gonna watch this again. I think they put his wheelchair on the flatbed of a truck. Like they literally pull up a truck. Is that what I saw? Let me see this.
He was separated from his motorized wheelchair, which he says was damaged when it was put on a flatbed.
They brought a giant flatbed truck to cart off his little motorized cart.
Separated from his motorized wheelchair, which he says was damaged when it was put on a flatbed. You see one officer appearing to text someone, joking that they were going to put him on the tow truck.
Oh my God. And then they got this, the officers texting. Oh, there's so much to this.
Yeah, because officers later seen inspecting their legs. Amasta charged with 2 counts of battery on a law enforcement officer. And we are told that corrections did not have a transport van to transport Amasta with his wheelchair, and that's why officers on scene called fire rescue to take him and called a tow truck to take the chair. We're told that there's another hearing in this case scheduled right here for tomorrow. We're in Miami. I'm Janine Stanwood, Local 10 News.
First-hand video of the controversial arrest. Janine, thanks a lot.
Oh my God. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. By the way, look at those reporters in Miami. It's like LA. Every woman who does news is a 10. They're all 10s. The local reporters, the on the scene reporters, the meteorologist. I used to have jokes about that. Like they were terrible. No one ever laughed. But I used to have jokes that when I lived in Los Angeles, I could masturbate to the 5-day weather report because the girls were so hot, and they were just juvenile sophomoric jokes, of course, because I wrote them. But this is a great story, man. This is too funny. So of course I had to investigate this Brian Amasta or El Valiente. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that because my Spanish doesn't sound too good. So I went to this guy's Instagram, right? Let's pull up his Instagram. So Brian Amasta, he's got his stage name. But what I first did was I went to he's got 2 Instagrams. Apparently he used to be a real estate agent. As you can see here, or no, I haven't shared it yet. Okay. As you can see here, he is just your normal real estate agent. He is a real estate professional specializing in luxury waterfront homes, condominiums, and high-end properties. But he hasn't posted since September 1st, 2021. All right, so he hasn't posted since then. What I really got into was his stage Instagram. I sent my buddies this news story. And then I started sending them the Instagram, and all of us just fell down a rabbit hole. This guy is unbelievable. I was literally in tears. I kept saying out loud at my kitchen table, this is not real. This is not real. Let me just show you guys some of his stuff. All right. So we have one of his music videos. I'll play this real quick. This one's titled Te Amo. So that's I love you in Spanish. He always has the same director. Juliano is always his director. So this guy literally has an Instagram, which you got to check out. It's Elvalien_T. It's ELVALIEN_T. Is his Instagram, and he's very active. So he got rid of the real estate business. He's done. He's going all in the music career. And this is one of the videos.
Hoy quiero darte una razón, una que guardo en el corazón, pa' que te quedes en mi vida siempre, no dudes amor, porque contigo yo siempre.
So this song we have here is great because it's like he is singing a love song, and you'll notice in all his videos, he's always got these smoking hot chicks And it's just funny because it's like, dude, you're a paraplegic. Nobody's falling for this, which makes it funnier. You couldn't get a girl like this. No offense to the handicap community that's going to be royally offended by this entire bit that I'm doing, but you're not going to get these girls, which makes it funnier to me. I mean, he's got a seatbelt in his motorized cart. Like, what are we doing here?
Prometo que nunca te fallaré. Y aunque no creas, te confesaré que te amo. Y no pienses irme de tu lado. Quiero verse contigo, agarradito de tu mano. Que te amo. Y tú eres mi mayor regalo. Que acepté en el mundo entero. Que de ti me he enamorado. Y que se entere el mundo entero. Para mí siempre será lo primero.
Okay, so this one's like sweet, right? That's a sweet video. The song's called I Love You. And it's sweet. And you're like, oh, okay. He's just some dude in a wheelchair. But then you start going through some other stuff. And he's trying to be, I don't know, a rapper, reggaeton. I don't know what he's trying to do. This is the one that had me cracking up because it's a lot of him in a strip club and he's throwing money at this girl, where he goes from this sweet love-making tenderness Spanish singer to the next one is like, I'm just fucking a bunch of chicks in a strip club and I'm a coke dealer. I don't know what's going on here. You got a giant, you got a girl rubbing her ass on a stripper pole, and it looks like this song was called Iraqi, and they do it in Arabic, or they like the Arabic font. Again, directed by Juliano. So Juliano has got some sort of deal with Al Valiente.
Oh shit.
So what's going on now? He's now like a drug dealer?
El Valiente Joe. J Pro. Hey yo, quiero saber cuánto ustedes van contra mí. Si todos saben que yo soy el rey de la street. Mira la bala que tengo guardada para ti. Cabrón huele bicho, tengo una cena como los iraquí. Hey yo, quiero saber cuánto.
So he's got girl shaking her butt, somebody's throwing money, doing all the making it rain at the strip club.
Te van contra mí. Si todos saben que yo soy el rey de la street. Mira la bala que tengo guardada para ti. Yo tengo una cena como los iraquí. Andamos en pito lado. O tú no ves los fulotes que siempre tenemos al lado. Con una 60 que le hace rato.
You know what the best part of these videos are? He posts like the still shots on his Instagram, and it's him. Let me let me pull one of these up. It's him with a bunch of money sitting in a bed with strippers, and they're wearing ski masks over their faces. Let me pull this up. What we got here? Look at this. Look at this. This is unbelievable. But like these posts, they're just, he's trying to be so hard. It's just so funny. Look at this guy. It's all ridiculous. It's the funniest shit I've ever seen. It's absolutely amazing. And you just scroll through and you're like, what's going on here, man? Oh my God, I can't get enough of this. Here's a good one of him on stage. Again, just makes me laugh. I don't know why. It just makes me laugh. Him in his little motorized cart. I want to adopt him, guys. I want to. Can I adopt him? I want Brian Amasta or Avalante. I want him to be like how Emmanuel Lewis was with Michael Jackson. Or Bubbles, the chimpanzee. Yeah, Michael Jackson used to own a chimpanzee named Bubbles. This is a true story. And Michael Jackson used to walk around with Emmanuel Lewis, who was famously the star of a show called Webster in the 80s, 90s. I don't know, when I grew up. And Cat Williams used to have a great bit on this about Michael Jackson putting him on his lap when he was too old to be putting on his lap. That's what I want to do with Homeboy. I want to put Homeboy on my lap. I want to adopt him. I want to take him around. I want to go to the strip club with him. I want him to be my mascot. This is what I'm talking about. Michael Jackson, I'm going to pull this up. Michael Jackson went to the 1984 Grammys with Brooke Shields and Emmanuel Lewis. You can see in the photo here, he's holding Emmanuel Lewis. Michael Jackson is holding Emmanuel Lewis in this. Emmanuel Lewis was 13 in these photos. He's 13 years old. Can you imagine going anywhere holding a 12 or 13-year-old? He's holding him in his lap. He's holding him in his lap like he's normal. But that's kind of what I want to do with this guy. I kind of want to adopt him because I think he's that hilarious and it's that insane. And it's just pure comedy. Is that wrong that I want to adopt this guy? Is that offensive? Is that offensive? I'm just picturing him playing with Isla. Isla would love his motorized cart. She'd love that. Oh, she'd giggle so hard. Isla would think that's the funniest thing ever. Now, Roscoe wouldn't like it too much. Roscoe would actually hate it. Roscoe would really hate it. He wouldn't like it. He wouldn't like it at all. So, I don't know. But I'll tell you what, I really want to adopt him. That's what I want. I think it'd be great. So if somebody could set that up, please let me know. All right, guys, give us a ring. Give me a ring. There's no us. Give me a ring if you want to talk about anything. 859-935-0078. That is the hotline. C-Feist4, my guy, I messaged you. You won $100. I believe you haven't responded. Let me pull that up. Let me see if you responded. You won the $100 that I was giving away. He still hasn't responded. So that might be up. I might have to set a limit. Connor, check your DMs, man. Maybe he stopped listening to the show already. I don't know. Check your DMs. You guys can leave a review on Spotify or on Apple. Much appreciated. And I'm always checking those out. I'll be doing some fun giveaways for that. All right, guys, that is our show. We got something special coming next week, so make sure you stick around. All right, you guys have a great week. Check out my boy Brian Amasta, and we'll see you next Wednesday.